Emma the voodoo witch said I was a child of destiny.
What the hell does that mean?
That maybe I'm destined for higher things.
Oh, that's a good one. Well, we'll see if you succeed and kill Mara first. And that'll only happen because I'll stop you from screwing it up.
Right you are.
And don't forget it.
The Admiral's put the city under a trade embargo.
And that makes a difference, does it?
Just gonna be tricky to get what we need if people aren't allowed to trade.
Scared of a challenge, eh?
Slane's got himself in big trouble with the Admiral.
Guess he didn't like taking orders. What now?
He wants to lead us to another island where the sacrificial knife's hidden.
Then I say it all worked out. Let's go.
Not yet. He won't cast off until he's got his ship equipped.
Then hurry up. Not looking to settle down and raise crops, you know.
How am I doing?
You know there's more to being a pirate than an eye patch and a saber, don't you?
I'll be my own kind of pirate, thanks.
Ah, that's actually one of the things you need. Well done.
Think he's been up the crow's nest with her yet?
Little Bird tells me you've got a soft spot for Grace.
What? Who said so?
Is it true?
Since you ask, I'm not without affection for the lady in question.
That plus you want to jump her bones, right? What if I could fix you up with Grace?
Me? With Grace? Fat chance. Why, do you think you really could?
Everyone's got their price.
Ah, do you think I've not tried paying her already? But all she sees in me is a fat old labourer with lice in my beard. So good luck with that.
We'll see.
Fine, if you think you can talk her into it, but I won't be nobody's fool, lad.
I'll know who to blame if something goes missing.
Be a bloody brave pirate to try and...
Listen, about that Smith, Wilson.
That penniless oaf. He sent you here to beg on... What are you?
It couldn't hurt to ask, could it?
I'll show you something that will hurt. How dare you, sir? I'm a lady. Fallen on hard times and need to make extra cash. How ungentlemanly.
I thought we could help each other here.
Yes, there's a name for men who use women the way you want to use me.
If you had a word with him and explained things to him...
Well, perhaps, but it'll cost you. 1,000 gold, and I'll be willing to forget this slur on my honor.
1,000? Just for...
Yes? You were going to add some ungallant and impertinent remark?
Me? Never. Maybe not a good idea. Perhaps there's a way we can help each other. After all, I do hate to see a lady in distress.
Keep talking. I'm listening.
Well, it's about our mutual friend Wilson.
I like the sound of this. 500 gold, and we're in business.
I'm not good enough to try this yet. Suits me. Here's your gold.
You'd better be off and see Wilson. Tell him I'll be there in a moment. But I've got a reputation to protect. Not a word about this to anyone, you promise?
Gentleman's honor.
Gentlemen, don't make me laugh.
Be a bloody brave pirate to try and seize that prize.
I spoke to Grace about you.
You did? What did she say?
She wants to meet you.
She does? But that's incredible! How the hell did you do it? No, I don't want to know. I'd best go put on my pudding pants, lad. Yeah, and give that old sheath of mine a good rinse out. I'd have some of them rhino horn pills left and all.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Make me run all those errands, then dump me. We have a deal.
All right. What is it you want, lad?
I need cannons.
In that case, I'll send some down to the quayside, so you can choose exactly the ones you want. You breathe one word of this to the Admiral, mind?
My lips are sealed.
You make sure they stay that way.
Don't worry, it'll be our little secret.
Good.
So, Wilson's pistol.
Of course. You dot. Bon, wait here and I shall get it from the storeroom. Bien. Here it is. A pleasure doing business, mon capitaine. You'd better not touch anything.
Aye, she's a fierce one, that Pat.
The militia had sentenced me to death by hanging. So there I was, standing on the gallows, rope around my neck and waiting for my final drop. When my old mate Greg showed and shot through the rope just in time. I still keep the rope in the storehouse as a souvenir of my escape. That's one lucky bastard. The 8 rules of the pirate's creed. 1. On his own ship, a captain's word is law. 2. He who finds it can keep it. 3. Never shy away from a good fight. 4. The means justifies the ends. 5. A deal is a deal. 6. Don't start a war in your own harbour. 7. Both parties have to agree to a duel in their own harbour. 8. Whoever breaks the creed must suffer death or dishonour.
You wretched bilge bag! So, here's the latest scrote to roll his scabrous sack into town.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I bade you welcome, my boy. Settled in nicely, have you?
Be careful, I don't trust him.
Just about.
Good, good. We'll discuss your promotion soon enough. It's rather empty here in the captain's house now that Steelbeard is food for the fish.
You know that Steelbeard's dead.
Yes, a terrible loss, but he died with his boots on, as they say. When you stepped into those boots, boy, you took on more than you bargained for. So, let us celebrate your promotion, Captain.
I'm honoured.
Indeed you are, my boy. You have become one of the last pirate captains of the southern seas. You bear a great responsibility. So, join with me, and let us initiate you in the traditional way.
I hope you just mean we sing a song or something.
Filthy-minded scrote, you care nothing for our glorious past.
Well,
You don't? I suppose times have changed, alas.
I heard about your dispute with Slane.
Yes, Slane is, not to mince words, something of a bastard. Someday he'll learn, even if I have to keep him mouldering here for years.
What's your beef with him exactly?
Sometimes it takes more than an army to fight evil, especially if you don't know where the evil lurks.
You mean the sacrificial knife, right?
Slane has no idea of the power he holds in his grasp. The knife is a terrible weapon, especially in the wrong hands, but it'll take a lot to make him see the light, assuming it's not too late already.
Did you know Steelbeard well?
You can say that again. Back in the day, we'd seize the king's ships together. His daughter here was just a little girl at the time. To celebrate each haul, we'd go whoring in every port on the southern seas.
Too much information? Some things I'd sooner not know.
But there is more to the buccaneering life than booty of whichever type. There is the creed. Steelbeard never forgot the creed.
You do love your pirate traditions.
There's nothing like the creed. A captain who dishonors the creed is lost.
Can't argue with that.
You have no idea what I'm talking about. The rules of the creed are what make us, boy. They keep us and bind us, make us more than mere thieves. Embrace them if you want to be a Steelbeard and not another Slane. The Black Book of the Creed lies on my desk in the council chamber. Read it, if you're not illiterate.
I will.
Good. You can't afford not to.
I want to fight Mara.
That does you credit, but what I'd really like to know is how you propose to fight her.
With the sacrificial knife.
You'll need more than that, my boy. If you face Mara with the knife alone, she'll shove it down your throat and cut out your heart from the inside.
So what do you suggest?
You must finish what we other captains began. It has fallen to you to correct our mistakes.
What was it you did?
I sent Steelbeard and his fleet to steal the treasure of the Water Temple. Steelbeard and the 3 other captains under his command took the 4 Titan artifacts from the temple, but in the process they woke a monster and damned themselves forevermore.
You sent them?
Yes, Steelbeard, Crow, Garcia, and that pig-witted bastard Slain. All of us planned the Water Temple heist. The greatest stroke ever pulled on the 7 seas. Or so we hoped.
And that's where Steelbeard got this curse of his. The curse he passed on to me.
Yes, you will bear the curse as long as Mara lives. You and the other captains, too. Each of you is cursed in a different way. Each of you may yet share Steelbeard's fate.
Where is this Water Temple?
That I do not know, my boy. Steelbeard alone knew where to find it.
Yes, that sounds like Father. He never shared a thing.
That is one of the reasons I made him captain of captains.
I see.
Do you?
How did you come up with the idea of plundering the temple?
Steelbeard heard about it on one of his raids. A native told him. Under the thumbscrews, I think.
Shame your native didn't go on to tell him what might happen there.
That's the trouble with thumbscrews. Once the thumbs break off, there's nowhere to go.
What else do you know about the captain's curse?
Mara sent her creatures to exact her revenge on the temple's violators. The sunken ones, who rose from the depths of the sea, the depths of hell even. Crow and Garcia surrendered to her, became subject to her will.
I surrender to no one.
You talk a good fight, but Mara has already turned 2 captains to her side, and as Steelbeard's heir, she'll be after you, too. Don't underestimate her, my boy.
What do you know about Steelbeard's artifact?
The Amulet of the Earth? A little.
Do you know where I might find it?
Are you serious?
Well, if you don't want me to find it, maybe I'll go and box badgers or something instead.
I ask because this is no laughing matter. All I know is Steelbeard hid the amulet somewhere the other captains would never think to look. Before you say it, Scroat, no, not up the cabin boy's bumhole or whatever it is you're thinking. He hid it in Garcia's treasure hoard. I don't know how. Less still where exactly Garcia's treasure is buried.
Guess the first thing to do is find Garcia.
Garcia will be found where there's profit to be had. Come to think of it, it's not surprising that Mara was able to turn him. The money-grabbing bastard had already sold his soul 1,000 times over. Mostly to merchants from Caldera, if I remember rightly. Some of his contacts there might know his whereabouts.
Let me go on the hunt with Slain.
You and Slain, you arrogant ballsack. There's not a brain cell between you. You'll find nothing but death.
No, go on. Tell us what you really think.
No. So long as Slain refuses to fulfill his part of the deal, his ship stays in my harbor.
How am I supposed to fulfill my obligations if you won't let me?
You bollock-headed fool! Disregard the creed and we're doomed anyway. Slain has the dagger, and he will bring it.
And what do you propose I do until then?
I'm sure there are other things that need taking care of. Or perhaps you think you're able to take on Mara regardless.
Well...
Do as you please. Slain had better stick to the deal, that's all.
Aye, she's a fierce one, that Patty. Hang about. I think he can hit.
Here's your pistol, back from the gunsmith's.
My lovely piece. I got you back at last. I won't let you out of my sight ever again, my beauty. Thank you, lad. Truly, I'm in your debt.
Got something for you. There's supposed to be treasure buried at the end of the beach in the west.
Really? What? Brilliant. That's exactly what I needed to know. I better hurry before some other chancer finds it.
What are you going to do now?
Get the fuck out of here, that's what. I'll get my gear together, then go find that treasure. And after that, it's goodbye Antigua, and thanks for fuck all. Watch out, world. Whatever you've got, I'm coming to get it. One day, I'll be a captain too.
Fire away.
Do you need any particular kind of cannon?
Why? Have I got a choice?
Wilson the armor is a decent craftsman. I think I could get him to make something special.
Anything that helps blow second arseholes into protectors will be good.
Well, it's being delivered.
Good work, sport. I'm impressed. Let's get out of here soon.
I don't suppose you know where Slane buried his treasure.
Are you serious? Even if I did know, be more my life's worth to tell anyone.
Well, if you want to find out what I think your life's worth...
Okay. But don't tell the captain I told you. It's on one of the other islands. That's all I know. Now, rest you and your questions bugger off sharpish before the captain hears about it.
You know where I could buy some supplies around here?
New in port, are you? Sounds like it. Try the pub. They'll point you in the right direction. Or ask Scarlet the harlot down at the pier. Always happy to help, she is.
One day, I'll be...
We're all pretty much
Aye, I reckon you're right.
Are you having a fucking...
Leave it out.
Come on, let's both take it on. Another one down.
Hey, you. Yes, you.
What is it?
Keep it down, eh? Got something special here. You interested?
Depends what it is.
Rare items. That's what I deal in. The kind of stuff you can't get anywhere else. Some of them extra special, just for the best captains. You name it, I can get it for you. And always at a reasonable price.
I'm listening.
I've got just the thing for you, Squire. But you pay for it up front, then I tell you what it is.
I'll take it.
Here you go.
I'll take it.
Here you go.
I bet you could teach me some really dirty moves.
Well, maybe.
Let's see what you've got.
But of course, take your time.
What are you skulking around here for?
The things I got, they're not for everyone. Have to be careful who I deal with, see? But you look like the kind of man I can trust. The kind who knows the value of a good deal.
I can spot a con man when I see one.
Right, so you're some kind of con man. And you think I'm gonna fall for this crap?
Hear me out, Squire.
Where did you get all this stuff from?
Ah, that's my business. Do I ask you where you got all your gear from?
A lot of it from people I killed.
Are you having a fucking laugh?
The pirate captain.
Not without Steelbeard to lead 'em.
Aye, and he was the best of them all.
Some kind of journal. Let's see. Fortune never favored me with an heir, and I am still undefeated in dueling. So I will hide the legendary secret of my success in my father's grave and go into exile. May it one day be found by a worthy successor. And here he's marked a grave with the name Gibson. I'll make a note of that.
Leave it out.
Let's see what we've got here.
I've got your back. These things are disgusting.
One-Handed Willie's most dangerous feature was his hook hand. He fought many a duel with it, killing many opponents. Alas, this legendary pirate fought his last duel on the Isle of the Dead. I won't forget that story in a hurry.
Because I'm a woman doesn't mean I won't kick your ass.
Ahoy, young pirate captain. Heard about you, we have.
Does everyone in Antigua know I'm a captain?
I couldn't tell you that, lad, but old Mac knows. From up my tower, I can see everyone who arrives here.
This what you do all day?
Sometimes I help out the lads on the fishing boats, but mostly I just keep an eye on the ships that pass by, and there's always someone willing to stop and talk.
What sort of stories have you got in mind?
Oh, plenty I could tell you. Plenty. A lifetime at sea I've had. You name the captain, and I've crewed with him.
What he says has the ring of truth about it.
Been all over the place, too. There's not a land I haven't been ashore on. So, what do you want to hear about?
About how half the world's been destroyed and yet this place is still standing.
Luck. That's what it is. Could all change, though, if Mara has her way.
You know about her?
I know stories from the captain's house, and I've seen strange things from my tower at night. Be careful on the beach below my tower. I've seen sunken ones there.
Why don't you go tell your stories in town?
The town's too wild for me these days. Back in the days when I was a young pirate, I had my share of wildness. Too old for that now. I like my peace and quiet.
What can you tell me about the other captains?
There were 4 great captains of our time. Admiral Alvarez kept them together by way of the Creed. They'd all meet up to talk whenever they were planning a big raid.
But Alvarez kept them under control. Only man who could.
They sat around the great table in the captain's house and agreed on a common cause.
I want to hear about the captains. Tell me more about Admiral Alvarez.
Most feared and infamous pirate of them all, he was at one time. Built this place as a safe haven and trading point for all pirates. A great man, the Admiral. A great, great man. And it's all about the Creed with him. Break it, and you'll have him to answer to.
I hear he's the stubborn type.
And why not? Look at everything his stubbornness achieved here. It's him and the Creed that's kept the other captains in line all this time.
What do you think of Captain Slane?
Young to be a pirate captain. About as young as you. Slane's got the Admiral to thank for all that. As a lad, he was the lone survivor of one of the Admiral's raids. He tricked his way onto another captain's ship, and then started making a name for himself. He's a slippery one, and causes no end of trouble to the Admiral.
Tell me more about Captain Crow.
He was always ambitious. Not too bright, but always ambitious. A bloodthirsty bastard, too. Striking fear into all he encountered. Spent a lot of time in northern waters, scrapping with the Inquisition. It's the poor bastards that sailed with him I always feel sorry for.
I killed Captain Crow.
Had he gone as mad as the stories say?
Well, he did try to summon an Earth Titan.
But you stopped him?
With some help.
You did good, lad. He had to be stopped.
The job's not over yet, though. Anything else you can tell me that I don't already know?
Oh, plenty. About Mara, Captain Garcia, or even Captain Steelbeard. But all this talking's making me hungry. I don't suppose...
I help you get something to eat and you keep talking.
Aye, smart lad.
What do you want me to do?
Rick, the storehouse master, was supposed to bring me a package, but he must have forgotten. He's a good lad, but a bit scatterbrained. I'll just wait here while you go see what happened to my package.
All right, but these stories better be worth it.
Hang about. I think he can hear us.
Old Mac's waiting for his delivery.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about him. I'll get right to it.
No need, I'll do it.
Fine by me. Okay, here's his week's rations. Tell him from me it won't happen again.
No problem. Here's your package. Rick really did forget about you. It won't happen again.
Well, it's here now, thanks to you.
So, how about those stories?
Ah, yes. Where did I leave off?
I want to hear about the captains. Tell me about Captain Steelbeard.
Steelbeard. Now, there's a bloody pirate and a half. What pirate wouldn't have wanted to sail under his banner? His old ship, the Eleanor, was the most feared sight on the seas of the old empire. Bloody terrified of him they were, and with good reason. They sank the Eleanor in the end, but old Steelbeard survived, swam back to land, and fell in among a smuggler's camp. How he managed to get out of there is still a mystery. Maybe the Admiral knows. Him and Steelbeard have always been close.
What do you know about Captain Garcia?
I know he's a greedy, merciless dog. Supposed to have got where he is today by strangling his old captain. A good loot finder. Supposed to have a pile of it buried somewhere in the southern seas. Ended up in prison here last time he was in town and bought his way out. You ever cross his path, you best be wary of him.
About Mara. What do you know about Mara?
You really want to know? All right. She's ancient and powerful. And beautiful, too. And more wicked and evil than you can ever imagine. She was imprisoned for centuries, until the coming of the first Titans. And all the time she was trapped, she was plotting her revenge on the world. And now that she's free again, she's carrying out her revenge.
How did Mara escape?
Then you don't know the legend of the Water Temple? It's supposed to hold the most magnificent of treasures. Well, naturally pirates are gonna go looking for it, aren't they?
Go on.
Well, Admiral Alvarez, he got the 4 captains together. They hatched a plan to carry out one of the biggest raids ever, looting the Water Temple. Too bad they accidentally freed Mara while they were about it.
Yeah, too bad. Why does Mara want revenge?
For her imprisonment, of course.
What happened?
Mara, she was powerful. Too powerful. The people back then got together and banished her. Don't ask me how, but it couldn't have been easy.
And now she's back, and our problem. How can Mara be stopped?
I heard a story recently about a young lad. He was washed up on a volcanic island as a castaway. But the island was threatened by a fire titan that was trying to break out of the volcano. This young lad, he fixed the problem though. I'm wondering if Mara couldn't be fixed the same way.
I thought everything beyond the southern islands was destroyed by the Titans.
Aye, but not the stories, my friend. Not the stories.
I guess so.
You understand what I'm saying?
I think so.
Got you back. These things are disgusting.
I've got you back. I hate these things.
Oh, that's heavy.
another one down.
I got you back. These things are disgusting. Both take it on.
password and the path is yours. Let's see. Tetriandok! This might take some time. Password! Well, worth a try. Open! Nope, not that.